Welcome to the Honda Campus All-Star Challenge National Qualifying Tournament for Season 33. Nationally, 64 HBCUs are competing to advance to the National Championship Tournament. I'm Morgan Leanne, your moderator for this game. Now, in this game, it's the team from Dillard and the HCAS team from Fisk. Woo! Awesome. There will be 3 4-minute rounds of face-off and bonus questions, followed by the final 60-second speed round for each team that is the ultimate challenge. So let's get started. In face-off position, we have Chad from Dillard and we have Tony for Fisk. With that being said, Fisk, you won the coin toss. You get to choose first between new U.S. coins, saintly iconography, set in the city, and solving problems.
Yeah, I'm going to go with coins.
Let's do it. 2022's first coin in the U.S. Mint's American Women Quarters program honors which Black poet, activist, and writer of 7 autobiographies? That goes to Chad.
Angela?
That is correct. Here's your bonus. For 10 points, in 2020, the U.S. Mint released a series of coins celebrating what sports hall of fame in Springfield, Massachusetts?
Baseball?
No, we're looking for basketball. For 10 points, basketball's Hall of Fame is named for which Canadian-born creator of the game?
Oh, Naismith.
That is correct. For 10 points. You get to choose.
Let's do saintly.
Which saint whose feast day is March 19th is most often depicted holding the baby Jesus or carpentry tools? That goes to Tony.
Patrick.
No, can you take that, Chad?
Joseph.
Yes, here's your bonus. For 10 points, one of St. Patrick's key symbols is the snakes he said to expelled from Ireland.
Clover.
Another is what plant he used to explain the Trinity?
Clover.
That is correct. For 10 points, St. Patrick's third symbol is what traditional Irish musical instrument? A national symbol.
Bagpipe?
No, we're looking for the harp, but you get to choose.
Okay. Saintly.
The flag of Vatican City depicts the keys of heaven, the traditional iconography for which saint? That goes to Chad.
Michael?
No, can you take that, Tony? No answer. We're looking for St. Peter. You get to choose, Dillard.
Saintly.
Which patron saint of England is traditionally depicted as an armored knight on horseback slaying a dragon? That goes to Chad.
Thomas.
No, can you take that, Tony?
George.
That is correct. For 10 points. In art, which cousin of Jesus is oft depicted in a camel's hair tunic and often with a lamb?
Is it John?
You guys,
Answer, please.
John.
Prompt.
John the Baptist.
That is correct. For 10 points, in art, which grandmother of Jesus is oft depicted as a middle-aged woman with Mary on her lap, teaching her to read scripture?
Anne.
That is correct. You get to choose.
Coins.
In 2020, the U.S. minted a set of American Innovation dollar coins with an S mint mark representing what California city? That goes to Tony.
Sacramento.
No, can you take that, Chad?
San Francisco.
That is correct. Here's your bonus. For 10 points, special collector's edition nickels are also being coined at what U.S. mint near the Hudson River with a W mint mark?
Washington?
No, we're looking for West Point. Those coins, like 2020 nickels, show what historic residence on the reverse?
White House?
No, looking for Monticello, but you get to choose.
Okay. Set in the city.
Toni Morrison set her first novel in her girlhood hometown of Lorain, Ohio. It's what story about Pecola Breedlove? That goes to Chad.
Bluest Eyes?
Yes. For 20 and then 10 points. In what city did Sandra Cisneros set Esperanza's coming-of-age story, The House on Mango Street?
Chicago, New York.
Answer, please. I'm sorry?
Chicago?
That is correct. For all 20 points, you get to choose.
Set in the city.
Since 1993, over 24 thrillers have starred James Patterson's detective Alice Cross in what city with over 170 foreign embassies? That goes to Chad.
London?
No, can you take that, Tony?
DC.
That is correct. For 10 points, John Edgar Wideman set many of his books in what Pennsylvania city featured in Stephen Chbosky's The Perks of Being a Wallflower?
Philly or
I
Pittsburgh?
want to say
Philly or Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
That is correct for 10. John Brent's Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil takes place in what Georgia port city, also in Lauren Cate's young adult series Fallen?
I think it's Savannah.
Savannah.
That is correct. And with that, that concludes round one. Give these teams a hand. Before we continue, do you have any questions from our coaches?
No, man.
No.
Alrighty. Thank you all. With that being said, we're going to move on to round two. Awesome. So at the top of round two, we have Fisk with 60, just behind Dillard with 80. So with that being said, Fisk, we have Kyron in the center for Fisk, and we have Paulina in the center for Dillard. So Fisk, you get to choose first between 20th century last words, Bayard Rustin, What's It to You, and Whoopi's Works.
Whoopi, please.
Alrighty. In January of 2020, Patrick Stewart invited Goldberg to reprise her role as Guinan for the Picard series of what sci-fi franchise? That goes to Kyrin.
Mythbusters.
No, can you take that, Paulina?
Back to the Future.
No, we're looking for Star Trek. You get to choose, Kyrin.
Whoopi, please.
Whoopi is developing the third installment of what film series that has her joining a choir of nuns? That goes to Paulina.
Sister Act.
That is correct. Here's your bonus for 10 points. In the film Eddie, Goldberg's character becomes the head coach for what Manhattan-based NBA team?
Knicks.
Answer, please.
Knicks.
That is correct. For 10 points. In Sarafina, Whoopi played Mary Masumbuka, a teacher whose students take place in Soweto uprising in which country?
South Africa.
That is correct. You get to choose.
Let's go with Bayard Rustin.
Civil rights activist Bayard Rustin was brought up in the Religious Society of Friends, more commonly called what? That goes to Kyrin.
MLK.
No, can you take that, Paulina?
Quaker.
Yes. For 10 points, 2 answers. Rustin's grandparents who raised him frequently hosted which editor of The Crisis and which first black man to head the NAACP?
Baylor. Final answer.
All right, so we have Baylor. That is incorrect. The 2 answers were Du Bois and Johnson, but you get to choose.
Okay. Bayard Rustin.
Rustin attended what AME HBCU in Ohio, but was expelled in the 1930s for organizing a strike to protest the cafeteria food? That goes to Paulina.
Wilberforce.
That is correct. Here's your bonus for 10 points. In 1936, Rustin joined what radical political party because they were passionately involved in the civil rights movement?
Communism.
That is correct for 10 points. In 1941, he quit the communists in part due to his new friendship with which strongly anti-communist head of the Brotherhood of Sleeping Car Porters?
Thompson.
Answer, please. I'm sorry?
Thompson.
Nope, we're looking for A. Philip Randolph, but you get to choose.
I knew that. Okay. Rustin.
In 1942, Rustin helped George Hauser, James Farmer, and others create what originally pacifist civil rights organization? That goes to Kyrin.
SNCC.
No, can you take that, Paulina?
The SLC.
Nope, we're looking for CORE, the Congress of Racial Equality. You get to choose.
What's it to you?
Named to honor the Roman emperor, also called Octavian, what month of the year is spelled with 2 U's? That goes to Kyrin. No answer. Can you take that, Paulina?
February.
Nope, we're looking for August. You get to choose.
Okay. What's it to you?
As early as 2000 BCE, what conduits spelled with 2 U's were built to carry water over long distances? That goes to Kyrin.
Wells.
No, can you take that, Paulina?
No answer. What's it to you?
No answer. That was aqueduct. What's it to you? Let's do it. What word completes the physics model describing all things connected as a set of four coordinates, the space-time blank? That goes to Kyren.
Continuum.
That is correct. Here's your bonus for 10 points apiece. Found in heavy water, what isotope of hydrogen is spelled with two U's?
Hydronium.
Nope, we're looking for deuterium. So deuterium. For 10 points, carried by Hermes in Greek mythology, what winged staff is often confused with the rod of Asclepius as the symbol of modern medicine?
Al- Alu-
Answer,
Alus-
please.
Elusis.
Nope, we're looking for Caduceus. And that concludes round two. Give these teams a hand. Woo! What a round. Do we have any questions from our coaches? Okay. Looks like we have no questions from our coach, so we'll go ahead and continue with round three. And at the top of round three, we have Fisk with 70 and Dillard with 140. And the center, we have Perry for Fisk and Jared for Dillard. Awesome. So, Perry, you get to choose first between Amerindian words, coastless countries, festivals of fun, and women in science. Perry, we can't hear you. Try again, please.
Women in science.
There we go. Awesome. Women in science. Hampton alumnus Sylvia Trent Adams was the fourth Black woman to act as what top U.S. health spokesperson called the nation's doctor? That goes to Jared.
Department of Health.
No, can you take that, Perry?
The secretary.
Nope, we're looking for the Surgeon General. Perry, you get to choose.
Women in science.
In 1994, physicist Shirley Jackson became the first woman and what first African American to chair what U.S. government agency? The NRC. That goes to Jared.
The National Recovery Commission.
No, can you take that, Perry?
The Nuclear Regulatory Commission.
That is correct. Here's your bonus. For 10 points apiece, known as the termite lady, zoologist Margaret Collins was an expert in what field? The study of insects.
It's like
Entomology or etymology? I think it's entomology.
Answer, please.
Entomology.
That is correct. For 10 points, as Dr. Collins was born in Institute just a few miles from the capital city of Charleston, it's no surprise that she attended what HBCU? Answer, please.
Johnson C. Smith.
No, we're looking for West Virginia State University. You get to choose.
Festivals of Fun.
Okay. First held to honor the 25th anniversary of a magazine, what New Orleans Fest is now the country's largest Black culture and music celebration? That goes to Jared.
Essence Fest.
Yes. For 10 points, for 9 days each October in the world's largest such festival, the skies above Albuquerque are filled with what type of transport?
Isn't it just Oktoberfest? Oktoberfest?
We're looking for a hot air balloon. For 10 points,
Oh,
Catholic All Saints and
Festivals of Fun.
all right.
It's on. Festivals of Fun.
Elaborate masks in the Zani and Pantalone styles are all the rage with carnival goers in what Italian city with a Grand Canal? That goes to Jared.
Venice.
That is correct. Here's your bonus. Linz, Munich, Zermatt. Perhaps the world's largest folk festival since 1810, Oktoberfest, has been held in what city? Germany's third largest.
Munich.
Yes. For 10 points, an orange madness overtakes what Western European country on April 27th, the King's Day celebrating the birth of Willem Alexander?
Denmark.
No, we're looking for the Netherlands. You get to choose.
Festivals are fun.
Gifts are given during Hogmanay, the year-end celebration in which UK constituent country in northern Great Britain. That goes to Jared.
Wales.
No, can you take that, Perry?
Scotland.
That is correct. Here's your bonus.
Good answer.
Bandhana, Diwali, Kartika. Which 5-day festival of lights is celebrated by Hindus, Sikhs, and some Buddhists?
Diwali.
That is correct for 10 points. Many of the 2 million celebrants at South Korea's Boryong Mud Festival slather themselves with wet clay before washing off in what colorfully named sea?
The Red Sea. Red Sea.
We're looking for the Yellow Sea, but you get to choose.
Meridian words.
Many animals take their names from Algonquin languages, including what largest member of the deer family? That goes to Jared.
Caribou.
No, can you take that, Perry?
The moose.
That is correct. For 10 points, the Micmac form of Algonquin has given us what name for the reindeer of Alaska and northern Canada? Answer, please.
Caribou.
That is correct. For 10 points, the Ojibwa word for squirrel is now used in English for what striped ground squirrel whose cartoon avatars are Chip and Dale?
Chipmunk. Is it chipmunk?
Answer, please.
Uh,
No answer. We're looking for chipmunk.
Oh, damn.
And that concludes round 3. Give yourselves a hand. All right, what a round. 1 second. Do we have any questions from our coaches?
With that, I had a question with that second bonus. That was like day.
Yes.
Yep.
Do
Yes,
we get a chance to answer that, or
we will. That was my mistake. So what we will do is play an off the clock bonus for Dillard. We'll have y'all do one of the it's gonna come up as a toss up and a bonus, but you're only gonna play that first bonus question.
yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
No
Thank you.
problem. Okay, so Dillard, this is for you only. And here's the toss up. We are going to mark that as correct.
Okay.
And then here is your bonus. What 4-letter palindromic German word is also the Italian word for 8?
Palindromic.
Octo.
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 That is correct. Okay, zero out on that. All right. Any questions after that?
No, thank you.
Well,
All righty. And we are now at the top of our ultimate challenge round. Give these two teams a hand. Yes. Awesome. So the top of our ultimate challenge, we have Fisk with 130, just behind Dillard with 180, which means Fisk, you get to choose first between complete the young adult title, contronyms, just justices, and keeping up with the Joneses.
Contronyms, please.
Perry, we
Okie
need you to
dokie.
turn your camera on.
It's because the students from Dillard have turned their cameras off. Please make sure everyone's cameras are on. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Alrighty. Here we go. And you said contronyms. Awesome. Giving its first letter and contradictory definitions. What's the word? I. Burns easily or doesn't burn.
Pass.
M. A real car or a hobbyist copy.
Mimic.
No. A. A defense or a mea culpa.
Pass.
S. Hopeful and calm or bloodthirsty.
Sadistic.
No. T. To harden or to soften.
Toughen.
No. R. Move back and forth or a movable stone.
Pass.
Oh, it's right.
R. To take away or put back.
Remove.
No. L. Actually or figuratively.
Literally.
Yes. C. To trim off or fasten to.
Cut.
No. T. Easily seen or see through.
Transparent.
Yes. I.
It's
Burns easily, doesn't
deniable.
burn.
Pass.
Sorry?
Pass. 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 Pass.
S.
Pass.
All right. Give yourselves a hand on this. You got 50 points. Let's see the ones you didn't quite get. Awesome. I. Burns easily or doesn't burn. That is inflammable. 2. M. A real car or a hobbyist copy. That's model. A. A defense or a mea culpa. That's an apology. S. Hopeful and calm or bloodthirsty. Sanguine. T. To harden or to soften. You said toughen. That was temper. Close. R. Move back and forth or a movable stone. That's rock. R. To take away or put back. That's replace. C. To trim off or fasten to. You got close. You said cut. It was clip. And you got the last one. So we are at a tied game. Dillard, you now get a chance to go. You get to choose between complete the young adult title, Just Justices, or Keeping Up with the Joneses.
The Joneses, please.
All righty. What's the first name of the famous person with the surname Jones who owns Dallas
Jerry.
Cowboys? Yes. Debuted with Illmatic.
Pass.
Pass.
Captain the Bonhomme Richard.
Pass.
Was a famed locomotive engineer.
Pass.
Has a record 80 Grammy
Quincy.
noms. Yes.
See.
Won a Pulitzer for The Known World.
Michael.
No. Was the Bengals Pac-Man.
Mario.
No. Was England's first noted architect.
Robert.
Andrew.
No. Is a regular CNN commentator.
Terry.
No. Voiced Darth Vader.
Oh,
James Earl Jones.
Yes. Debuted with Illmatic.
Nas.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Captain the Bonhomme Richard.
Scipio.
No. Was a famed locomotive engineer.
Edward.
No. Won a Pulitzer for The Known World.
John.
John.
No. All right, you all, give yourselves a hand. That was a tough category. Let's see the ones you didn't quite get. Well, this is the ultimate challenge for you. So, Captain the Bonhomme Richard, that one is John Paul Jones.
Oh.
Okay.
I know you're saying,
Was a
like you
famed
knew that.
locomotive engineer. That's Casey Jones or John Casey Jones. Won a Pulitzer for The Known World. That's Edward Jones.
I said that. Oh.
Was the Bengals Pac-Man. That's Adam Jones.
Adam.
Was England's first noted architect Inigo Jones.
Jones.
Not Montoya. Is a regular CNN commentator. That's Van Jones.
Van Jones.
And you got those, and that concludes this nail biter of a game. We have Fisk with 180 and Dillard with 280. Any questions from our coaches?
Nothing.
Alrighty, that concludes this match. Give yourselves a hands, team, and we will see you all.
Good job, everybody.
Good game. Good game.